Good evening, everyone. Carly Baird here. So nice to have you join us. I am a career facilitator with Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development. Thank you for joining us. We are here on the Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development page, going live every day to provide you with content, with value, with ways to get that next best job, with encouragement, with support, with anything else that you might need. So today I am here joining you guys live, and if you're watching the replay, thanks for joining. I'm here live to tell you guys about the 6 tips to a beautiful resume. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, 6 tips to a beautiful resume. So happy you're here. Thank you for joining us. We here at Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development, like I said, are here for you during this time, and we're online live every day to give you the most encouragement and the most support during this time. So, number one tip for the most beautiful resume is target. Target your resume. Now, what do I mean by that? Target your resume means make it specific for the specific job that you're applying to. Each job you apply to is different. It might require different skills. It might require different abilities. It might require different experience. So, each resume that you craft for each job needs to be different. So that's what I mean by target. You got to target your resume. If I'm applying for a job that requires me to do relationship management and like build relationships and work on new projects and create new projects, you better believe that my skills and my prior experience lines up and is an example of why I can do that job. So, number 1, target. Target that resume. Each job that you're applying for has a new, unique resume. Might take a lot of work, but that's how you get yourself noticed. Tip number 2, format consistently. Format consistently. What do I mean? Is there a format that you use for your resume? No, there's no master format, but you better make sure that your format is consistent throughout your document. So, if I bold and center align each heading, the heading of my work experience, you better believe that it's center aligned and bolded for each heading all the way down. Even in the words that you use, if I spell out OHIO in my address, make sure that you're spelling out OHIO in every other instance all the way down. So format it consistently. That's a huge thing that you want to keep in mind, because if an HR professional is looking at your resume and sees a formatting consistency, that's an easy way to just throw that thing out. So, format consistently is number 2. Format consistently. You like my cue cards? Yeah, I'm enjoying them. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for liking them. Number 3, create and target your professional summary. Professional summary has basically taken the place of the objective. Objective is a little bit old school these days. We know that you want a meaningful job that will support you in growing your career, where you can also support the organization. Duh, who doesn't? So, give me something more specific in your professional summary. Tell me that you are, this is an example of what a professional summary might look like. Passionate and charismatic human service professional with over 8 years of experience. Has multiple examples of building relationships and building out new projects over 6 months or something like that. I just made some stuff up, but you get my point. It's telling me a little bit more about you and your experience. It's kind of almost like your elevator pitch of your resume. It's right up top, right underneath your name, your professional summary, and you want to tweak that and target it, of course, for each job that you're applying for. So you're talking you might even be talking in a different way. If I'm applying to a job that requires a passionate individual, you better believe I'm using the words passionate. I'm using passionate and high energy words. I can literally take words from the job description. If the job description is asking for, an efficient and knowledgeable data evaluator, put that in your professional summary. Why not? Why not? So one more thing, key, as kind of a side note, when we're talking about professional summaries, and this applies to your whole resume, make sure that you're not using any I's or me's or your name, because that you are the implied subject of your resume. So you don't need those things. So it's kind of like a distal style almost, where you don't have a subject, you just chop the subject right off. So it says things like created new systems to make, the program more proficient, something like that. You don't need to use your name or I as the subject. So that's a little side note. But again, number 3, target and create that professional summary. That is your third tip for the day. Number 4, include numbers and quantifiable data. You want some quantifiable data. I apologize. Give me some numbers. Give me some evidence. Of course, anyone can say, oh, I'm awesome. But unless I give you evidence as to why I'm awesome, that was my dog, I apologize for that. Unless I give you evidence and specifics as to why I'm awesome, then you're kind of making a weak argument. So, quantifiable data, numbers, give me some evidence. That's number 4. Give me some evidence as to why. Number 4, include quantifiable data. Now, moving on to number 5. Tip number 5, triple check. Yeah, this is an easy one. Or is it? Make sure you read that thing front and back, inside out, multiple times. Show it to multiple different people, because it's really easy to make a mistake. Please excuse me one moment. It's really easy to make a mistake and not catch it, because you're looking for the wrong things, right? When you look at some document over and over and over again, it's easy to miss things. So, triple check. Some people suggest to read your resume backwards, and then you really see, you're forced to look at every word and really see if you've misspelled anything. And there's no harm in giving your resume to as many people as possible to read it. Please, get a lot of feedback. Keep in mind, though, when you're getting a lot of feedback, everyone's going to have a different way to do it. So it is your resume. There's no perfect resume, but if you follow these tips and you make sure that it's consistent and all of these things that I'm giving you, then you can have a nice looking resume. But make sure that it's your resume and know that there's no perfect one. Perfect one is what gets you a job. Yes, that's the perfect resume. So, triple check is number 5. Number 6, have a professional email. catlover22@hotmail.com is not screaming, I'm a professional, hire me. Or too hot to trot at Hotmail. Cool, that might have been cool in middle school, but it's not saying I'm a professional. So, get yourself a professional email, go to Gmail, make a basic email with your first and last name, or initial and last name and a number, or something like that. That is the type of professional email that you want to have, that you want up front of your resume, because if you've got some sort of professional resume, especially a professional email, unprofessional email address, that's another easy way to get your resume thrown out. So, number 1, target your resume. Tip number 1, target it. Make sure it's targeted for the specific job you're applying for. Tip number 2, format consistently. Make sure that it's formatted consistently all throughout your document. Tip number 3, have a professional summary and target that for the specific job too. Have a professional summary right up front where it's telling the employer everything that you are and everything that you're offering right up front in one fell swoop. Make sure that's a nice looking professional summary. Number 4, use quantifiable data. Use some numbers. Use numbers and specifics as much as possible. Show them why you're awesome. Don't just tell them you are. Number 5, triple check. Triple, quadruple, a million times. Triple check that stuff. Make sure that everything is grammatically correct, spelling correct, and have other people look at it if you'd like. Number 6, have a professional email. Have a professional email. catlover22, not a professional email. Go get yourself an email, a Gmail, with your first and last name or something like that, and you will be on your way to a beautiful resume. So please take these things into consideration. Like the video, like our page. Give me some comments. Tell me which of the 6 tips is new to you. Tell me if you've learned something new in this video. That would be great feedback for me to find out if there's something new that you learned in this video. So, Thank you so much for joining, you guys. Thank you. Do you have any questions? I see a few people are on. Does anybody have any questions about a resume? If you want me to look at your resume, send us an email to our page. Send us a message or an email, and we'll talk more about what services we can offer you at Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development. Just another couple minutes, another minute for a question. If you have any questions, feel free. Please let me know if you've learned something new in this video. I'd love to hear your feedback. Like our video, like our page, give us a little thumbs up, and follow us. Follow us, and then you'll get updates on when we go live. Well, you guys, this is Carly Baird with Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development. So happy you joined us today. Thank you for spending a little time, and have a great night.